Travel isn't just about destinations, it's about the people you meet, the cultures you immerse yourself in, the stories you carry home. I'm Relebogile Mabocha, and on my travel feature, I take you on a journey beyond the guidebook. Each week, I connect with fellow travelers, insiders, and storytellers to bring you the heart of every place. Whether it's a hidden gem right here in South Africa or a dream destination abroad. Join me as we travel through conversations, memories, and inspiration. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
We're travelling not too far from home today as we take a short left to Yzerfontein. The West Coast town is not even an hour's drive away from Cape Town, really, and it feels like a proper getaway if you are looking for somewhere for a bit of peace and quiet and a fabulous unspoiled beach to walk on. That's not to say that it's overly rustic, though. The town has got plenty of charming coffee shops and restaurants to explore, a busy harbour, a bustling art scene that we'll hear about in a few minutes' time. And I have to say, one of the best sparse supermarkets I have ever set foot in. It's also got a new art route for you to explore this festive season, which we will get to in a little while. But first, let's welcome on the line Ann Heyns, who is the manager of Swartland Tourism, to chat to us a little bit about reasons to visit Yzerfontein. If listeners already know what those reasons are and would like to share their tips with us, please do drop us a voice note to 072 567 1567. Lovely to have you with us, Anne. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Pippa. You quite rightly say that it's a fabulous spa. I must say, I could even drive there from Rebecca Steel. and the owner even has a restaurant across the road called Grounded, and you can get anything gluten-free there.
Oh, I didn't know that connection.
Amazing.
Thanks for the tip, Anne. Okay. Yes. So next time, stop at the spa and then go across the road for something to eat at Grounded. Okay, duly noted.
Yeah,
but of course, fabulous shopping is not the main reason people go to Yzerfontein. And the beach feels like it's 1,000,000 miles long, but I gather 16 miles from one end to the other.
I think it's the longest white, pristine beach, and you can even do horse riding on the beach. So it is not just any beach. I was there about 3 weeks ago with my family. We put up a gazebo. It was still fairly quiet, but you just have these endless white sand. And little ones, they still enjoy picking up the shells. Enough of that as well. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you, there are quite a few things happening now over the December period. Yeah. And very interestingly, on the 13th of December, Yzerfontein does something that I think very few towns in South Africa does. And that is a welcome campaign. And they have brought everyone on board, all the stakeholders in town. So tourism, neighborhood watch, the armed response, the conservancy, the municipality, traffic and law enforcement, the police force, everyone comes out, and they have, there's only one entrance into the town.
Yes.
So as you drive in, there's a roadblock, so don't take a fright. It's not about traffic fines or anything. They actually then take you off, and there's a wide parking area. You get to park there, and then they give you a welcome pack.
Oh, no.
You get a goodie bag, and inside the goodie bag, there's a wonderful festival calendar. So all the things that are happening in town for the next 4 weeks. So you'll get that in the goodie bag. The kids will have a little bit of a sweet inside, a treat, marketing material, and of course various brochures of things to do. So it is really very special, and they have live music there. So
what a lovely idea.
Your first impression is, oh, shocker. And then they get to give you a welcome bag. It's really fantastic.
Okay, so don't do a 180-degree turn in your car and drive away if you know you've got an unpaid fine. That's not what this is about. I just think what a lovely, that says so much about the town's investment in the concept of hospitality as being, we welcome you, we're glad to have you here. Because I know for these small towns, and it can be frustrating in season when your nice, quiet, unspoiled beach is suddenly packed with visitors who've come from out of town. You can understand if they get a bit frustrated, but how lovely that they've chosen a very different approach. So that's great. Okay.
Yes. So Yvette, who's the tourism officer, she goes along with this scheme. And when they've finished, they actually do the whole cavalcade. All of these vehicles that are involved, they drive through the town hooting, and this is the one time of the year that you may really hoot. So it's really fun. So a few more things to look out for. On the 14th of December, there's an annual Snook Classic. And apparently 2 weeks ago, Yvette bought the most beautiful snook. So snook is around, and people come out from all over, obviously the anglers and the locals and visitors, because it's a fun day.
Yeah.
And for the winner, there's, I think, 395,000 worth in prizes. Sure. So this is an annual happening. It's worth going out on the 14th of December. And then I think Amy is going to tell you more about the art scene, so I won't delve into that. But just to know that for families, there's a youth program throughout the month. And in fact, the whole holiday season, where a church group will come out and they do daily puppet shows in the morning, beach games in the afternoon, and they have an evening program from 8 to 10. So those of the listeners that are fortunate enough to have found a spot to stay at because it's fully booked, they can go out and expect to have wonderful activities for the kids. The adults don't miss out. They've got e-bike rentals to look forward. And as I mentioned earlier, the horseback riding on the 16-mile beach. And did you know that one can even this time of the year do whale watching? Whereas Hermanus and the other places that you acquaint with whale watching at other times of the year, more towards November and earlier on, these guys go out deep sea and take you to where the whales are. So
that sounds amazing.
Whale watching is something that you can put on your bucket list. And then on the 30th of December, we have an YZer challenge. And that's also very popular. It's your 5-kilometer, 12-kilometer. You can then either cycle or just hike. And that wraps it up in terms of the dates.
Yeah.
But then in terms of the offerings in town, within 4 kilometers, I don't think that happens very often, but 4 kilometers from one another, you have a beer tasting, a gin tasting, and wine tasting options. So you can
have a very festive season if you want to. Okay, hopefully with somebody else driving. Anne, thanks for the heads up on that. Anne, is there a central website with information if somebody is listening to all of this going, I want to go and explore? Is there a website with info on the restaurants, the bakeries, the coffee shops, how to book for the e-bikes, etc.?
Yes, absolutely. So it's just Yzerfontein tourism.co.za. And I have a number here as well. That's 022 451 2985. 022 451 2985.
Ann Heyns, thank you so much for that insight. Ann speaking there from Swartland Tourism, under which Yzerfontein Tourism falls within the umbrella of the region. And we really appreciate the insight into those special events planned for the early part and into the festive season. Ann, appreciate that. And remember, 13 December, it'll be a lucky Friday the 13th if you're caught in a roadblock at Yzerfontein, because it's not about checking your license and getting an unpaid fine collected. It's about saying a proper welcome to town and handing over a goodie bag and inviting you to be part of all of those festivities. Yzerfonteintourism.co.za is the website to visit. Before we go to our second guest to tell us about the art attraction, I believe we've received a voice note from somebody who'd like to make their recommendation for Yzerfontein.
The best ever bakery called Rosmead Bakery in Yzerfontein. I must say, we have driven all the way from Cape Town there for bread and breakfast, and oh my gosh, they have an ancient grain bread which is the best.
Well, it must be good if you'll drive all the way from Cape Town to get it. Thank you for the recommendation of the Rosmead Bakery while you're there. Anne mentioned the art aspect of Yzerfontein, and the reason we wanted to do this conversation today was to tip you off about the fact that the town is actually hosting an art expo from the 17th to the 21st of December. And to tell us more about what to expect from that, it's a pleasure to have with us via Zoom Ami Smuts, who runs the YZer Art Route. Ami, lovely to have you with us. Welcome.
Hi, Pippa. Thank you so much from a beautiful Yzerfontein for the opportunity to chat to you about Yzerfontein's artists and the upcoming art expo in the Yzerfontein Community Hall.
We're so delighted that you could join us, and especially that you've torn yourself away from what sounds like a gorgeous day up on the West Coast. Ami, the fact that there is an YZer Art Route tells us that you must have a significant artists community in this part of the world. Tell us a bit more.
Yes, we do. I mean, it's not just artists, it's also writers, and Yzerfontein's quite well known for people that come here and relax and paint, etc. But in our town itself, we are 25 active artists taking part in the expo. So what we do, we've got the community hall, and then we create 25 small galleries in the hall. And each person will have their own mini gallery as such. Yeah. And you can meet the artist, you can buy the art, you can view, etc. And Yzerfontein's so close to town. It's only 75 k's from the Cape CBD and 23 k's from Darling, etc. We're between Cape Town and Saldanha, of course. So there's more artists in town, but the active artists will be 25 taking part in the expo this week. Next week.
And what sort of media? Are they all painters or are they potters? Tell us a little bit more.
No, we've got painters, oil, watercolor, acrylics, but then we've also got works by Herman van Nazareth from Yzerfontein. We will have his art there and also his sculptures, which we're very excited. So he is our guest artist for 2025. Right. And most might know Herman. He was born in Belgium and studied art at Michaelis School of Art at the University of Cape Town back in 1965. He currently resides at Yzerfontein, which you actually pass driving towards Yzerfontein. And Herman's work is represented in museums and private collections worldwide. So we're super excited about him. So he's joining the 25 artists. And then we've got somebody else, if I can carry on. We've also got, during 2024, a few months ago, we had a very successful cultural entrepreneurs project sponsored by STAND, or Sustaining Theatre for Dance Foundation. Mm-hmm. And we had the Koransrug Primary School, who is actually celebrating their 75th birthday this year, which is amazing for a Plaas school, as they call it. It's in the Darling district. Now, Darling we see as our town, basically, and we their beach, if you know what I mean.
I love it, yeah.
So the 20 learners were invited to art lessons at Ivita's Prawn in Darling, and they were taught to develop their skills with material paints and watercolor, etc., and also how to turn this their art into money as such. So the young ones from grade 5 to 7 took part, and you have to come and see the exceptional work they produced. We are going to exhibit their work. And then we also took this a bit further and we captured their art onto cards, which will be on sale as well, of which the profits will be split between the school and the 20 budding artists. Fantastic. So that will help them with their school clothes next year, etc., etc. So we're super excited about that, and we really invite all CapeTalks radio listeners to come and visit us in Yzerfontein.
Ami, thank you so much. The best thing of all is I believe it's absolutely free to enter, so you don't have to pre-book. You simply arrive at the Yzerfontein Community Hall. Is that correct?
That is 100% correct. It's free. You can come and come back and come back. We're open from 9 till 1. Then we take a quick break just to top up on art if needed, etc. And then we're open till 7. That gives the entrepreneurs and everybody a chance to get to us. And it's easy to find the hall. As you come into Yzerfontein, there's a 4-way stop.
Yep.
and you'll see Spa Grounded, which the lady spoke about just now. On your left, you turn right. There will be yellow boards up with signage to show you the road. And then just go down the hill, and the community hall is close to the caravan park. And yeah, as I said, we'll have light meals and cakes and beverages. So please come and meet all the artists.
Ami Smuts, looking forward to it. Thank you so much for giving us the rundown on the Yzerfontein Art Expo. It's open from the 17th to the 21st of December.
Travel isn't just about destinations. It's about the people you meet, the cultures you immerse yourself in, the stories you carry home. I'm Relebogile Mabotja, and on my travel feature, I take you on a journey beyond the guidebook. Each week, I connect with fellow travelers, insiders, and storytellers to bring you the heart of every place. Whether it's a hidden gem right here in South Africa or a dream destination abroad. Join me as we travel through conversations, memories, and inspiration. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.